But all right, so oh crap, I'm gonna do this at the end. Guys, take a picture of this, screenshot it, whatever you need to do. This is the tickets for the Midwest Builder School. Okay. Grab that real quick. The tickets for the Midwest Builder School, that's in Michigan. Get them now. They're on sale. They're I think for the next month, they're like 25 bucks or 30 bucks, something like that. They will go up in about a month. The breakdown's on there. So grab those. All right. Let's go. Understanding the compensation and the power of regional vice president, guys. Everybody type RVP in the Zoom chat real quick. Y'all need to get to RVP really fast. And if you knew everything about RVP, all the good things that come with that RVP contract, I assure you, you would be an RVP right now, or you would be on your RVP run, or you would take licensing seriously, you know, all the things. So guys, you got to understand that getting to regional vice president it's an honor and a privilege for you to be an RVP with Primerica, but that's the starting block for you really building a business, because you can't promote an RVP without being an RVP. Does that make sense? How in the world are you going to build a hierarchy if you are not an RVP yourself? You're going to build a hierarchy of district leaders. That's not getting you free, right? It's not getting you where you want to be. Guys, we got to understand that the Primerica business model was designed for you to be a regional vice president. Okay. The business model was not designed for you to be a rep. It was not designed for you to just kind of hang out at a senior rep or a senior regional leader. Guys, the Primerica business model was designed for you to get to RVP and then promote 3 to 7 RVPs, and you have freedom for the rest of your life financially, guys. And it doesn't have to take you forever, but you have to understand the game, right? We talked about this before. You got to understand the rules to the game that you're playing. Life insurance, the life insurance industry pays out the first 2 years of annual premium to the field. Okay. So every agency, I don't care if it's State Farm, New York Life, AIG, does not matter. They all pay out, guys, to they all pay out 200% commission. What happens is the agents with Primerica get 190% payout to the field. 10% stays with the actual agency itself for admin costs. And I'll show you that in a second. Guys, most companies take 200% of that, right? They take 200% of the first year premium and they split it. 100% goes to the agents with override and the direct commission and stuff like that. The other 100% goes to advertising, administration fees, and stuff like that, right? So if we say like a good neighbor, y'all type State Farm is there in the Zoom chat, right? Because you know the jingles. Why? Because they spend 100% of an annual premium for one of their clients on marketing so they can retain, or sorry, not retain, so they can attract more customers, guys. Primerica broke the industry and they flipped that on its head. They pay 190% to the sales force and 10% in administration fees. All right, you got to understand the company that you're with, guys, the goodness of Primerica and what we do for our team. We pay out the highest commission rate in the entire insurance industry, guys. And you have to understand also, guys, this doesn't make sense, like mathematically. This should not have happened. If you've watched that Power of Primerica video, the odds were like this that they were going to even make it, right? Art Williams says that all the time. And even Glenn Williams, he said the odds are like this big that Primerica should exist. But because it's a company of destiny, it made it through the trials. They've kept the business open, and it's better now than it ever has been, guys. You guys coming in here, you have the ability to go 3 by 3 and make like $1,000. When I got started, we couldn't do that. It was 650 was the max I could make. Right, that might be 750, but it's still more than even what it was 2 years ago. You can make more money right now than I could 2 years ago. And Art Williams says if this company is not better for the newest new person than it was when we got started, shut this thing down. The minute it's not better for the newest new person, shut it down. Why? Because he understands that if you're building something, it needs to be better to attract better talent, right? It needs to be better to attract better people. Guys, Primerica is literally, it's like the golden goose. You got to understand the business that you have your hands on right now. And to think that we don't understand it because we're not running a 10 by 10 base shop. If you really understood how powerful this was, you would be out there just telling everybody about it, right? And following the script too. That's the most important thing. But you can never get paid as much premium anywhere else, period. On your advances on your life insurance, you cannot make more money in the insurance industry. And I'm not going to tell you you can't make more money up front, because you can. But let me ask you a question. Are you here to sell or are you here to build? Because if you're here to sell, you're with, just to be real with you, you're with the wrong company. If you're just looking to sell life insurance, you're going to make money, but you're not going to make big money, right? But if you're really looking to help people, Angie, and build a business, right? Build a hierarchy, Tammy, you want to get wealthy, right? You want to build something big, you are in the right place. No company can hold a candle to the compensation program that Primerica has. And you got to understand, Stephanie, what you have your hands on here with Primerica and how big, how important that this is, that you can grasp it and you can understand this and at least at a basic level, explain it to somebody, right? And so guys, you got to understand that you are going to get paid the most here than you will anywhere else. So this is what it looks like. Y'all have probably seen something like this before. This is a little bit of an older model, but or not model, but an older SketchUp, but it's the same. Guys, you have to understand as a writing rep, that is the commission that you get paid, okay? And you get 75% of that up front. When you're a regional vice president, the number on the right is the override. Everybody type override in the Zoom chat. That's where you get free, right? You get free on the override. You don't get free on your own pen. That's not freedom. That's a used car salesman. You get free on override. All right. And guys, look, as a rep, and I don't ever want anybody, no, I don't ever want a licensed agent on my team to be sucking at 25% commission ever. But let's say somebody came in here completely uncoachable, did no field training, got licensed. They go out, write business by themselves. They won't even answer your text messages anymore. That's great. They're closing business. They're making a 25% commission. Stephanie, you're making 85% on that. That's craziness. You understand that, right? And the cool thing about it, guys, is that rep is making more than they would if they worked for one of the companies that you know the name of. So the rep's making more and you're making a fortune off the override. And if I can be honest with you guys, like that's the dream of the business, right? Is making a lot of money off policies being sold without you being present. That's a business. Like you need to understand the logic behind how a business is built, right? You need to understand how the business gets built. I don't know how to get back into the breakout room. So mom, you just texted me that. And for those of you that have teammates that might text you and say, I love the breakout room, I got to get back in. They're gonna have to figure it out themselves. I don't know how to do that. I'm not a tech person. But guys, you have to see the spreads here, right? As a senior regional leader, you got a 30% override. Okay. Massive cash flow happens when you build a big base shop. I'm talking about our team building a big base shop. For me, yes, but also for you, because Stephanie, if you're building a 20 by 20 base shop inside of a 100 by 100 base shop, you're being born into a culture of building a big base shop, which is where you have a lot of overrides. You have lots of stuff happening, right? Guys, look, the reality is you could go out at you literally could go out as a regional vice president with 10 by 10 cash flow and licenses and all that stuff if you want to. That's the company minimums. But the reality is that's not like you're going to make a little bit more money there. Yes. And with a good promotion exchange and all that kind of stuff, you're good to go. But you got to understand, guys, that the freedom happens at 20 by 20, 30 by 30. Why? Because that's where you bonus and you start promoting RVPs and you start building big teams, guys. Big teams is what gets you free. Guys, a 20% base shop bonus is crazy. You go out, you make 110% commission as a regional vice president in Primerica, and then you get a 20% bonus times your quality of business, right? We talked a little bit about QBI. This is not your 101 class. So if you've not made it to all the 101 classes, you need to go back to the regular room because this is not going to make sense. This is for the people that have been around for a little while. This is going to this will get you excited about the business. So I'm literally going to teach you like the nuts and bolts of Primerica right now, not just like what is it, but like how to get big and how to get wealthy, right? So the objective is to have an incentive to stretch out at month end, right? So here's the reality. We're heading into month end. We got like a week and a half left for month end. We're at like 13,000 in premium, which is not great. But if we get to that $20,000 in premium, what happens is we're eligible then for a $4,000 bonus based on our production from our team, right? So it incentivizes you as a regional vice president to build it big. And I'll go write 7,000 myself and get 20 this week because we need to. But y'all got to understand, like, this is what you're building for you, for your family, right? And how you fight for this right now, for you getting that promotion, you go be the biggest producer in the organization over the next week and watch what happens when you are in the same position, right? When you are an RVP and you're building. Guys, it incentivizes your base shop to build teams that produces RVPs. Right? If you're looking at our team right now, like our team, we have really 2 to 3 people that are like 2 months max, really, and a couple securities licenses away from being RVPs. Just to be real, we're building those big teams, right? Like it's happening, and you're watching it happen as somebody in this business. Guys, it incentivizes production of recruits and premium to get better quality business. Why? Because you have the bonus structure. The 1-by-1 for your new recruits makes them $250. Plus, they get licensed, they get an extra 100. Then they're licensed, they're at a senior rep. They made 300 or yeah, $350, and they got a promotion. Guys, it incentivizes your team to go and do what's right, to get the promotion, to make a little bit of extra cash, right? And get somebody licensed and do it the right way. It incentivizes a healthy big base shop mentality, which is the ultimate RVP factory. Like when we start hitting 100 by 100, 100 recruits and 100,000 in sales a month, I guarantee you we'll be promoting an RVP once a quarter at minimum, if not more. And once the RVPs in the hierarchy start doing 30 by 30, 50 by 50 consistently, right? Then what's going to happen is we're going to be promoting an RVP every couple months, and then eventually it'll be monthly, and then it'll be a couple a month. That's just the natural progression of what's going to happen. And to qualify to get the 20% but base shop bonus, it's 20 recruits and $20,000 in premium in sales in a month, in a 1 month period. Or you have to average 20 by 20 over a rolling 3 months. What does that mean? You could do 60 by 60 1 month and bonus at a 20% month over month over month. Okay, does that make sense? So you have 2 different ways you can hit that, and that increases you to a 20% base shop bonus. So it's a total of 130% payout based on your base shop, based on your office, right? That's awesome, because what that means is that's 130% of your paycheck, or I guess 130% of the 190%, Caleb, is based on your production, your engagement, your excitement, your energy level. Guys, do you understand how awesome that is, that you're in control of that and nobody else, right? You control the vast majority of where most of your money is going to come from, especially until you get to SVP, right? 130% commission, like most of your money is coming from your base shop, right? So 130% RVP, 10%, 110% plus 20% on the bonus, right? A senior regional leader is an 80% commission. So as an RVP, your spread goes to a 50% override. Do you see that? Right? Because as from a senior regional leader, which is an 80% contract, overriding a regional leader, it's 70. So it's 10%. You get promoted to RVP and you have a regional leader, and that regional leader, let's say they got promoted to a senior regional leader, they're now at 80, you're at 130. You went from a 10% override to a 50% override. You 5x'd your override just by getting to RVP and doing the right thing, getting big. Does it make sense now why you should maybe try to get to RVP like yesterday? Like we're barely scratching the surface, but you have to get there, guys. Average sales $1,000 a year, right? So 100K base, Luke, from 100 people, that's $100,000 in sales at a 50% spread minimum. Like guys, a 50% spread, $100,000 or $1,000 a year off 100 sales, $100,000 base. You're making 50 grand a month. A month, not a year, a month. That I can't do math. Somebody put in the chat how much annually that is. 600,000. I can do math. There's a dollar sign there. So I figured it out. But 600 grand, Seth, is your yearly income. By building a 100 by 100 base shop, you are not going to accidentally do a 100 by 100 base shop. If you think you're going to work 5 hours a week and build a 100 by 100 base shop, you're nuts. It's not going to happen. You got to be very consistent. But guys, you have a system to plug into. Right. And honestly, like you have leadership that's very engaged and very plugged in right now, and rebuilding everything in a way that's going to give you the ability to build community and have freedom of time and space and a geographical location at the same time. Guys, you've got to understand that this is right now you're in a position that you can leverage the system and have like a shortcut to getting there. But like, I'm not going to do it for you, but I will help you. Right now, a 10 by 10 base shop is a $100,000 RVP. How? You're an RVP with a $10,000 base shop. You're doing 5,000 personal, 10,000 total. That's 5,000 override, right? So you have a district leader, a direct division leader, excuse me, doing 2,500 in sales. That's horrible. That's like 2 sales a month, okay? And then you have a direct district leader doing 2,500 a month. That is a 50 and a 60% spread. So that's a total of 110%. on 5 grand. So you're making 5,500 off that. You're making about 5,500 off that, off of yours, excuse me, 5,500 off them, 5,500 off you, roughly, with the advances and stuff like that. It's going to be a little bit less than that. It's going to total to you getting advanced $100,000, $100,599 just by doing a 10 by 10. That's not even a lot. Like 10 by, like, yeah, you guys got to understand. I've done 10 by 10 a month personally for the last 18 months consecutively. Like, you can go do 10 by 10 alone as an RVP and hit bonuses and make 100 grand a year. Yeah, I mean, really by yourself, you could make more than that, and you should make more than that. But guys, like, this is where it starts. Just starts. You're not building anything spectacular here. Like, they're not calling your name for like the weird trophies at the competitions and stuff like that. You're just enjoying, like, you're living your best life. You're making 100 grand a year. 10 by 10, you're working 20, 30 hours a week, maybe, honestly. But you just got to get there. Like, you have to get there, right? You have to make the destination. $200,000 a year as an RVP. You're doing $20,000 and $10,000 through your first generation RVPs. Okay, so this is where some of you guys are going to zone out and fall asleep because this is math, right? And there's a lot going on here. But as a regional vice president, you override a regional leader, a division leader, and 2 districts. Okay, that's a total of 15,000 in sales. I'm doing 5,000 personal. My focus is building to senior vice president, which is 3 RVPs, right? Which that's what we're doing right now. That is our focus. You get a 15%, everybody type 15% override off your regional vice president. It doesn't cut into their pay, right? So when we promote Cassie to RVP, let's just pretend Cassie's 100% direct to me, like a full 100% RVP. Everything she does, we make 15% off of, right? But I'm generally hands off of that base shop for the most part. Like, I'm working maybe with Cassie a little bit to help with mental strength and stuff like that, and tweaking the system. And that's really it. Other than that, it's her business. At the end of the day, if all she wants to do is sell PLPPs, go for it. But that you're not going to make a whole lot of money doing that. But she can do whatever she wants, right? And you're now building to a senior vice president. You're making $200,000 a year. Not bad. Right? You have 5 legs, if you will. You have a 10% RVP bonus. You have 20,000 in your base and 10,000 through your first gen RVPs. All right. So this is recorded. So you're going to probably want to come back and watch this if you really want to understand comp. But this is a basic level for you to see this, right? Now, look, for you to get your first generation bonuses as an RVP and what that override looks like, right? Qualifying as a regional vice president to bonus, the 10% leadership bonus is a 10% off your base shop at 15% override at first is 25%. Okay, so when you have your RVP, right? So listen, you have your RVP and you now have a $25,000, or sorry, a 25% bonus at the end of the month. Okay, you qualify as an SVP with $50,000 through first and a $10,000 base shop. Okay, so that means your regional vice presidents collectively did 50 grand and you did 10 on your team. Okay, are you following me? Are you guys good? Everybody alive? Your brain's not exploding yet, correct? Okay, so you have 3 regional vice presidents. They do a grand total of 50 grand. Okay, my base shop does 10,000. My leadership bonus is 17%. Okay. And I get a 7.5% increase because I have a power builder, which means I did a certain amount of premium, 50,000 through first as an SVP. And I get that 15% override at first. I'm now making 39.5% on a bonus. Everybody type bonus in the Zoom chat. A 39.5% bonus. Guys, 60,000 through first, 39.5% bonus. Do the math. Figure it out. That's a lot. That's your bonus when you start the month. You're an NSD, a national sales director. You do $100,000 through 2 generations of RVPs. What does that mean? Elian goes RVP, Seth goes RVP, right? So now you got 2 RVPs, right? Or Luke or whoever, I don't care. Put your name there. I didn't picking on whoever I see, right? So got 2 RVPs. Okay, so it's me and 2 RVPs that I override, 2 offices that we've helped open, 100,000 through those 2 layers. Okay, and a $10,000 base shop. Notice that base shop number doesn't change. If you really want to be hitting the bonuses, you have to hit you have to hit your numbers, guys. You have to keep working. You got to get to 10,000 base. A $10,000 base shop, if you're doing what you should do, you'll do it in the first 2 days of the month, 2 to 3 days. Like we did 10,000 in premium in the first 8 or 9 days of the month. Okay. So you're going to hit that pretty quick. Don't worry about that. But now you have a 21% leadership bonus and a 28.5% power builder bonus, plus that 7.5% additional override and 15% at first. You're at 43.5% in your bonus. In your bonus, type bonus in the Zoom chat again. It's freaking bonus, guys. And then as a senior national sales director, it's a freaking lot of money that you're making in bonuses. You can read that, break it down yourself. Guys, to maximize compensation, focus on getting your next qualified promotion. Don't go out and cry to your trainer and say, well, my friend got 3x3 and they got to district leader and I didn't get to division leader because I didn't do what I needed to do. Don't I get to still override them? I brought them in. No, guys, like get the promotion the right way. I'm not saying you have to be a freaking giant in the business to get promoted. What I am saying is you got to at least hit the damn minimums. Is that fair? Like you need to at least hit the minimums on your promotions. Like don't come around here trying to shortcut a promotion. Like there's not participation trophies in your income. So why should you get a participation trophy on your promotion? Right? Because you're shortcutting your stock, your RVP stock, all the other stuff. Get a huge payout for producing first gen RVPs, guys. And y'all can take a screenshot of that if you want to. But this is basically your base shot production with a 50% spread as an RVP, guys, because you override all this crap, right? A rep down here writes $1,000 sale. The rep makes 250 bucks. The senior rep makes 100. This guy makes 150. This guy makes 100. This guy makes 100. This guy makes 100. You make 500 as an RVP. Ain't that something? But damn, I don't have time to study for my SIE. Shut up. Yes, you do. You got time to watch Netflix. Get to RVP. Like, I can't think of anything that would be more urgent to me than getting to RVP if I'm not there right now. After seeing this, right? Like, I'm serious. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I didn't even look at the slides before I did this presentation. Like, I just pulled them up. I looked at the first 3. I was like, I got this. I can explain this. Guys, you got to understand that you got a $500 override every time somebody in your base shop writes a policy. But Dan, my job, is your job giving you 500 bucks for training somebody how to write a policy and help a family in 45 minutes? No. So focus on your studying and stop picking up the extra shifts and do what you should do here and build your business so you have the override that you need. Are you with me? Are you following me still? Nobody left the Zoom chat yet, so I'm assuming y'all are following me at least in some capacity. I'm sorry if I'm pushing on you a little bit, but y'all aren't new anymore. You can take it. Right? Like you need to understand that you are the only one stopping you from making all of the freaking income that you want in this business. This business is built for you to be a regional vice president. Guys, it's huge. Get to $300,000 as a senior vice president. You own your agency. Okay, so right now, as you're building your business, you own it. It's yours. You can do whatever you want to, but you are under what is called the supervision of an OSJ. Okay, when you're studying for your SIE, it'll tell you what it is. Don't ask me. I do not remember. It's like an observatory something jurisdiction. I'm not 100% positive. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. But y'all should be studying for your SIE, and it's in there. So someone put it in the Zoom chat what it means. But guys, so you need to understand that as a senior vice president making $300,000 a year, you have ownership in your business, okay? You are doing $20,000 in your base, $50,000 through first. Or sorry, 50,000 through first, 20,000 in your base, 10,000 from first, from direct number 1, 10,000 from number 2, 10,000 from number 3. You have a small base shop at 20,000 and your team is like on vacation, but they're doing 10 grand each, right? They're still making I showed you earlier, they're still making 100 grand. So no one's upset about that, right? But you want to build a big business. So you're a senior vice president. You have a first gen override at 15%. 15% off 30 grand is what? Like 4.5 thousand, so 4,500 bucks in first gen override. Then you get a $50,000 bonus on 10%. That's 5 grand. That's 9,500. And then you get a 7% SVP bonus on that 50 grand. You're going to make somewhere into the tune of $11,000 to $12,000 in a bonus to start the month. This does not, guys, you have to understand too, this does not include 1 red cent in investments, not 1 penny in investments. This is all life. It's crazy, guys. Generated massive generational override commissions, right? So let's say you have an RVP that's 6 layers deep. If you have an RVP that's 6 generations below you, I can assure you that you do not spend any time with that person. Like, there are people on our team right now that are like 5 layers deep on me that I literally don't know who they are, and they're recruiting people by themselves. I've talked to them, but I've never met them. I don't know the person that recruited them or the person above them. Guys, you can get there too. I'm not saying that so you're like, oh, you don't know your team. No, I know who's closing, but there's so many people on our team right now that I can't keep track of the people that are just getting started, that are not even close to, like, they're not direct to me, is what I'm trying to say, right? They're down there somewhere. I'm not saying I don't want them to win. I'm not saying I'm not going to help them, right? But y'all understand this, right? Like, when you have a big team, your time is going to be spent with your leaders and your players and the people that are going to be regional vice presidents. There's 3 types of people in the business, right? There's very nice people, there's VNPs, there's players, which are the ones that are going to crush it, and then there's could-be players, which is a lot of people on this call right now. There's people that when you decide to go do what you need to do, you'll be big. But right now, you're could-be player. You close, and when you turn it on, you close things and you know what to do, but then you get distracted by crap in your life happens, or your job or whatever, and you fall back into that could-be player place, right? And so when you decide, right, when you decide to go and make it work, you're going to get big. Guys, 6 generations deep, they go close a life app, you make 0.75% commission on that. Okay, don't go, and nobody go crazy. It's like $7. But guys, that's $7 that you did not otherwise have. Yes or no? And if you're making $7 6 generations down, guess what? You have a first, a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, and a 6th generation RVP plus base shops and base shops on all of those teams, and RVPs that you are overriding, like, just into infinity. It's like Buzz Lightyear, it's infinity and beyond. Like, it just keeps going once you get it there, guys. And I'm not telling you it's going to happen tomorrow, because it's not. It's going to take you time to build it. But is your job going to give you the ability to make $7.50 off somebody that you don't know, that's a part of your business? No, it's not. So why would we not be taking this seriously about getting that license done, right? It pays to build RVPs through 6 generations. The more RVPs you build, the bigger your bottom line, the more money you make. No other company pays out generational overrides like Primerica. You're going to get DM'd and called by all other insurance agencies like, oh, we'll pay you more right now. We'll start you off at 110% commission. Yeah, but guess where you're done? At 125. You can't make more than that. And like I said in the beginning of this call, if you're just here to make money and to help, not to help people, but to make money, and you're only here for your bottom line and for your pocket, A, you're on the wrong team and you're in the wrong business anyway. And B, you go work for those other companies and sell that trash, and we just will know that your heart was not in the right place when you started. But if you're here to make an impact on your finances and you're really serious about building something big, no one's going to pay you. I won't even hold a candle to what you're doing here and what you can build. You just need to know the compensation structure here is incredible. It's designed for you, guys. And this is just the drawing of this is just the drawing of that. Okay. So I'll move on to the next thing. Guys, you want to make 750 grand as a power builder, national sales director. I'm going to let you guys kind of read through this yourself. It's a little bit jumbly, a little bit of a mess, but you're overriding. This is only 2 generations. It looks like 2 or 3 generations, a crap ton of RVPs, a lot of premium. The point is, it's a lot of money that you're making, right? And how is that happening? By promoting and building more RVPs and more offices, opening up more offices, guys. That's how you do it. That's how you get there. Big money. You need to build a big base shop through first. You make a lot of money in your vice presidents through your first generation, but you build security in the depth of your organization. Right? So here's a really good example of that. Let's say you recruit one person. I talked to a lot of you guys about this. You recruit one person, you're like, this is my guy, they're going to be the one, they're amazing, oh my gosh. And you like spend all your time with that one person. You're going to make money training that one person, but once that person gets licensed, they got it going, right? They're good. They don't need your help anymore. So you need to go build another person. And you should be building 2 or 3 at a time. Why? Because someone's family member passes away, somebody gets sick, their computer dies, the cat gets herpes, whatever it is, right? And all of a sudden they disappear off the face of the earth. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They're just going to witness protection program. It doesn't make sense. They could be big, but they got distracted by something else. And that's fine. And I just dumped my water all over the table and Cassie's notebook. I'm sorry. I was trying to move it so I didn't spill it, and then I spilled it. That's amazing. But thank you, Cassie, for helping me clean that up. But all right, great. That's amazing. That's incredible. That's on the recording too. So you guys are welcome for the entertainment. But guys, it's through the depth that you build security, right? Because think about it. If you have one person that you got one teammate that has 10 people licensed under them, they're not going to quit. Right? Like if you, Stephanie, if you just magically had 10 people on your team today that were writing business, you're not going anywhere. Right? Why? Because that would be dumb. That's like financial suicide. Like you're just jumping straight off of a bridge for no reason. It's there, right? So why would you leave that, right? The security is in the depth. And guys, the replacement is you give once and you give one time and you get that freedom forever. Because when you give a promotion exchange, guys, and we're going to go over this a different day in more depth, but when you give a promotion exchange, you're replacing yourself in your team's base shop. And now when you go to promote somebody, the person that you're promoting owes you a replacement forever, for the rest of time. The easiest way to explain this, let's see if there's this here. Nope, that doesn't really explain it very well. It does not. Okay, so I'm going to unshare my screen for a second. So Jenna, I explained this to you this way, or explained it to you this way in the office the other day. Let's imagine, right, that you were opening up a restaurant. You're going to open up a pizza restaurant, whatever it is. Or sorry, you're not opening it up. You're working in my restaurant, right? I built the restaurant. It's my recipes. I've done everything that I need to do. The system, everything is there. You come in, you start working, and you promote yourself quickly to an assistant manager, right? And you're running, now you're kind of running the restaurant. We're running the restaurant together, and a plot of land comes open across the street. I'm like, hey, Stephanie, I want you to go open up your own restaurant across the street, right? We're going to build it. I'll help you build it. We're going to be able to use the system and everything, and it's yours. All that I ask is that you just don't take all the staff with you, right? You leave me somebody to replace you as the assistant manager, and you go open up your own building. And now from your building, you can open up however many pizza restaurants you want to across the country at an unlimited rate. You do it however fast or slow you want to, as many as you want to. You can promote all of them. But it's because you left somebody with me that you had the freedom to go do that and not get a non-compete, right? Look at the real estate industry. The only way that you can ever become a broker is by leaving the brokerage you work at. And that broker is now your direct competition, right? And Primerica, guys, we fixed the problem because you leave a replacement once, you leave yourself, or a promotion exchange, you leave yourself in that in the business, you leave one person and their team, right? Everyone else is yours 100%, and you never have to do it again. And you leave that there. And now every time, Stephanie, that you promote an RVP, guess what? They have to leave you a replacement, right? So you promote an RVP and it keeps your base shop strong. And when you go out as an RVP, your replacement's a month or 2 away from being an RVP themselves, right? So watch this. Watch. Ready? We replace, let's say we promote Cass out as RVP and we take a replacement, right? So Cass goes to RVP. She's got a solid business. Her replacements left. They're direct to me. They're 2 to 3 months away from going RVP. That person goes RVP. They then leave a replacement, right? So it's just it's a regional vice president factory once it's built. And guys, if you do it the way I'm teaching you to do this, and if you don't understand this right now, we'll talk about this again. So this is not the last time you're going to hear about regional vice president, or sorry, about replacements, but we'll talk about this again. Understand, guys, that freedom comes in the replacement. It's leaving a good replacement, and it's the regional vice president doing it the right way, right? Which is the culture that we're shifting away from, and we're making it the right way. We're not doing it wrong. We're not going to promote anybody the wrong way. We're going to promote you the right way. So you go big and you leave it and it's done. And then you go build your business forever. And you don't have to worry about anything else. And if you understood the garbage that Taylor and I have been through in the last, year and a half of getting promoted on not leaving a replacement correctly, doing it the wrong way, guys, I mean, no disrespect by this, but it really handcuffed us. And it messed with your head. So we are not doing that. We are going to promote you the right way, solid, big, licensed, doing it the right way. So you can go out and you can open up your office and not have to worry about anything else. You just go get big, get as big as you want to. Guys, and here's the other thing. Right now, while you're a division leader, while you're a district leader, you should be fighting to go get 100 by 100 in the base shop. Why? Because if I take a replacement, or if someone takes a replacement, your one replacement, they take a 20 by 20, you're still freaking 80 by 80. Who gives a shit? You're still making 40 grand a year. I'm just being honest, right? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to swear at you guys, but you're still making 40 grand a freaking year. And your replacement's done. And at that point, you're about ready to promote 1 or 2 RVPs yourself, who are then going to leave you replacements. And it's built and it's done. And you have the freedom, guys. That's why you need to get to RVP, guys. Was this valuable this afternoon for you guys? Did you guys get value out of why you need to be a regional vice president and why you need to get there, guys? Did you see value in that? Yes. I got, y'all are saying a couple of you guys are still sleeping. A couple of you guys fell asleep in the middle of that. I don't know how you get excited or how you don't get excited, fired up talking about that, guys. Guys, go get to regional vice president. Everything in your power needs to be, I need to get to RVP yesterday. Like I'm telling you guys, take your focus just a little bit more seriously. Get licensed. You get licensed, I will build you a freaking RVP. I will build it under you to get you to RVP. I'm not going to do it if you're not licensed, because I can't promote somebody that's not licensed. Do you see what I'm saying? I can't promote you if you don't have your SIE done to RVP. I can promote you to senior regional leader, maybe, but you need to get that securities license done so that we can promote you the right way with a big team and a $15,000 stock bonus, guys. And leaving your replacement, so that's done as well, guys. Does not need to take you more than 6 months.
Thank you, John. Oh, awesome! It's recording now too. I don't know. That wasn't me. That was probably Dan, but that's okay.
What's up, bro?